Hi, so it's January 27th. Like I said, I wanted to do this one a couple weeks ago, but now it seems like the right opportunity. I wanted to talk to you about a simple passage of Scripture. In Luke chapter 1, verses 59 and 60. Now, I am not a huge basketball fan. I like baseball. But I was thinking about some of the greatest players in basketball the other day. Anytime there's a discussion about who is a GOAT, which I don't care for that term, but anyhow, I was thinking about players like Curry, James, Bryant, Harden, Chamberlain, Bird, and Jordan. And those are some names that get tossed around, quote unquote, big names. Because your name matters, right? It's your legacy, it's your mark on the world. And those big names made me think about the people who live in the shadows of those names. I was thinking about players who don't quite get that same level of recognition. And one of the first people that came to my mind was Lowry and Van Fleet, who are excellent players, but players who don't have to operate center stage. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying they don't have to. Now, why does that matter? And what does that have to do with you? So, that's today's topic. Is your name, is how you live, how you operate. Do you choose to be the center of attention in every moment? Or are you able to operate in a different way? We look to the book of Luke for our encounter. And the verse of Scripture says, on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child. And they were going to name him after his father, Zedekiah. But his mother spoke up and said, no, he's to be called John. This leads to a whole incident in which Zedekiah and his wife explained, no, the child will be called John. John is not a family name, I know, but it will be called John. Now, why does this matter? Well, because at the time, you'd open up your family registry, you pull it open, and you look at it and you go, well, my third cousin was named Remus. My fifth aunt was named Ethel. We can pick one of these names for a child. And you pick something from a family name, because family names have meaning, they have history, they have past and character. My older brother is named after my father, and it was done as a means of legacy, as a means of carrying on, as a means of tradition, as a means of meaning and depth. So, why'd they name him John? Well, an angel came to them and told them to name him John, and it would be significant in their lives. And so they did, and it was. He would go on to be a significant figure in the early parts of the New Testament. Your name matters. As much as your actual name matters, so does your legacy and so does who you define yourself to be. I like books. I like books a lot. And I read books a lot. I allow that to be part of who I am and who my name is. What are you going to allow your name to be? Are you going to be the clown, the loudmouth, the quiet one, the grumpy one? Are you going to allow yourself to be defined by others, or are you going to define yourself? Because your name is your legacy. It's what you leave behind. The reason I started this out by talking about basketball players, particularly quite famous ones, is because those guys left behind a mark. Each person has the opportunity to leave behind their own mark, their own stamp on the world. Big, small, unique. But it's a choice. It's a choice we all make. And there's days I look at some of you and I go, I'm not sure that's the name you want. Think about it. Are you the person today that you want to be? Are you tomorrow going to look back or a year from now, look back and go, man, that was really dumb. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have been that person. I shouldn't have interacted with those people that way. I shouldn't have hung around with those idiots. I shouldn't have. But it's not just about the shouldn't haves. It's about the shoulds. I should have read more. I should have thought more about my future. I should have taken my grades more seriously. I shouldn't have had an attitude. I should have been a better person. You know, looking forward so that you can look back is hard. It is. You have to think about what you're doing and look ahead and go, okay, how am I going to deal with this thing? How am I going to solve this problem? How am I going to respond to this? That's not easy, but it is necessary. And each and every one of you is capable of doing it. I know this is a little more out there than I usually go with you, and that's okay, because your name matters, and I want each and every one of you to have a great name. I don't want you to be known as the liar, the clown, the mean guy. I don't want you to be cast in that light. I want each and every one of you to be remembered as, well, yeah, that there's Bob. Bob's a good guy. Everybody likes Bob. Bob will help you when you need help. Bob will never give you a hard time or an attitude. Bob's just a nice guy. So basically, be like Bob. And remember, your name matters. You choose what you make of it. Make something good of it. In John's case, he would take his name and go on to become the man who baptized Jesus. Something quite significant. And would be one of the early proponents of Christianity. Now, I'm not saying you have to go quite that far. Wouldn't hurt you, but what I am saying is you have to choose who you are. Huh? See ya.